Okay, I'm here today with Souljacker. Hi guys, how are you? I've got Andy and James.
Yeah, not too shabby.
Good. So, I'm starting a new radio show. Don't know if you know. I'm on Jack's Radio from next week. Yeah,
Jack's Radio, we're on it. Don't worry, we're on it.
Rock and roll, innit? So I hope you're going to tune in there, guys. But you're my first interview for the station, so good. So if you want to try, tell us a bit about the band and a bit about the background.
Let's get Jay's perspective on it, to be honest, right? Because he's been there from the start anyway. So what? Give us the band's background, James.
That's strange because it's really coming from a bit of an outsider, isn't it?
I'd like to think it's a fan's perspective initially.
So
that's what it is, isn't it? I mean, I think he started Souljacker was about 3 years ago, was it?
Yeah.
Was it right?
And I've known Andy for a very long time, so he's always had a really good. We've been in bands together as well, but he's always written good songs. So I've always been a fan of his songwriting, particularly. Yeah. So it was nice to see the way the whole Souljacker sort of went down this path. Making like really good music, and this is like it's really different to anything I've ever heard, especially from Andy. So being a fan of the band, watching the band grow, watching them do the album, play some really big shows, get a really decent following online, and attending the shows too.
Yeah,
it's been nice to be a part of it, and obviously now to be there as well. Completely by chance. Yeah.
So you're actually in the band now.
It's no strange band. There's been a few times James's name's cropped up because we've had problems with bass players. What is it with bass players and bands? They
don't stick around, do they not?
Yeah, but we know with James now we've got a dead sturdy lineup. So
good.
Taste. But yeah, 3 years Souljacker has been going. But we do feel quite reborn at the moment. So,
yeah, that's good. So did you start the band up, Andy? Do you think of the name and everything?
Me and Dan are the two sort of like founding members, I suppose, of Souljacker as we know it.
Right.
And we've just been through one drummer and a few bass players really. But Dan's brother, Damon, he's the drummer now, and the drummer. And he's ace. He's really ace, honestly. He's for how long he's been playing, he's done phenomenal. And he's even throwing songs into the mix, like for the new album and that as well.
That's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then obviously Joe coming in on bass, that's just been like dead natural as well. So
cool. So Dan, Dan's a guitarist then, I take it?
Dan's lead guitar, yeah.
Right. How many years have been in the band? Is it 3, 4?
4 now. The last album we did 3 because, like I say, we couldn't keep a bass player for 5 minutes or 2 tracks. You know what I mean?
I know. It happens though, doesn't it, in bands? I think they just kind of move on, don't they? Yeah, is it? It's always the bass players. Well, at least it's not the singers. Like, you've got to keep the lead singers. Oh, cool.
Yeah. But the cool thing is, right, Damon on drums and Ange on bass, like they can sing as well. So like you're going to be expect some Beach Boys action.
Oh,
on the next album.
Nice. I look forward to that. That's cool. So are you all from, I know Andy's in Chester. James, are you from that area as well?
Not far, I'm Birkenhead. So
that's not far then, is it? No.
Well, 20 miles down the road, yeah. We're all fairly local to each other, aren't we?
Local, that's good. So the sound of the band, it's a bit rocky, kind of indie as well, in it, thrown in there. So what kind of influences did you take to start the band? So what kind of bands do you take influences from?
It's more classic rock, you know what I mean? Like,
really, there's a lot of sounding of indie though, isn't there, as well?
80s, 90s, well, right through, I think.
It's a mixture, isn't it?
If you listen to any sort of rock bands from both sides of the Atlantic, from like the 60s to like the 90s, I'd say, is somewhere in the mix, like whether it's an influence of mine, Dan's, even James got the same sort of influences.
Yeah.
And Damon as well. We all listen to some sort of real rock music, and I think you know what I mean when I say that. Like, proper bands.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Riffs and that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Specifically, to name a few, you know, it's going to be the obvious ones. You know what I mean? Like Nirvana,
Yeah.
Oasis, you know, Sabbath, Soundgarden, Zeppelin. You know, that's
good.
Anything that sounds big and meaty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, something big. Yeah, big riffs. We like the big riffs, don't we? So, what are your favourite bands? What's yours, James? What you like listening to?
My favourite band.
Yeah,
it's right across the spectrum, really. I mean, I think if it just hits the right notes in my mind, I'm on it. You know, it could be anything from like R&B, hip hop, straight the way down to heavy metal. You know, it's like if it touches the right nerve, then I'm having it. You know, I'm just a big music head.
That's good.
So.
Yeah.
This is the problem with bass players.
They just like anything, don't they? Very eclectic. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. You've got
to get the hip hop thing, I suppose, haven't you, with bass? Because there's a lot of good bass lines, isn't there, like hip hop and R&B.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably the best. You know, nobody plays.
John Paul Jones or someone would probably argue, wouldn't they? But you know,
we'll not get
nobody
there.
We'll
not go there.
Listening to punk.
So,
that's how I always remember Dre being into punk bands.
I like a bit of punk. Yeah, I do like my punk. It's cool.
Brilliant. It's a great starting point, isn't it?
It is, yeah. You know, yeah, I like it.
Not
you can rant about anything, can't they? Punk bands, just go on about it, shout about it.
That's basically what we do, isn't it? Yeah,
isn't it? Yeah, that's all they do. Oh, cool. So, how have you been getting together in lockdown for kind of rehearsing and stuff like that? I guess you're doing it all remotely, like we are now.
We're based in North Wales, and the rules have been slightly different, haven't they? So we've not even been able to jam. We've not jammed for months.
Yeah.
But it's getting loosened this week.
Yeah.
So we're going to get
tomorrow
this week, like
getting out there
week.
again.
Yeah, nice. Well, at least get jamming. Jamming, and we have got gigs booked, but you know how it is at the minute. I mean, everything's likely penciled in. I think.
Yeah. I know. Well, that's it, innit? You don't want to hold your breath, do you?
No, but you can't. But we're going to be as prepared as we can be. We're going to start jamming, like I say, in the next week or so. So that's a massive positive in itself.
Yeah,
of
course it is. Yeah, I know.
Can't wait to get in a room together, like you know.
Oh, I know. We need something, don't we? I know. With you guys, obviously, not getting together, it's a massive hit on you, isn't it, as a band?
It is when you're doing it on a weekly basis. Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, we're doing gigs every week and then jamming in between and stuff. You know, so it was when it just hit like it did. It was all it was a nightmare.
Oh no way, James! Were you in a band before this, by the way?
I was.
Were you?
It was.
Our old label mates, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was in a band called Arcadia Sun.
Arcadia Sun.
Yeah, I'm not going to go down the route. I mean, you know, really good friends of mine. Musical differences, we'll just put it down to that. You know.
I mean, that's
lockdown played its part in a lot of ways, didn't it? Because, like, you know, it sort of made or broke a lot of bands, I think, didn't it? The whole lockdown thing.
Of course it did, yeah.
Oh, it did.
I know, I know a lot of them that. Yeah, are they still going? Sorry, yeah.
Still going strong, but you know they're doing their thing. I'm doing my thing now with Souljacker. Just by chance, the way things fall into place. And
he's where he belongs now.
So. Well, it's fate at the end of the day, yeah. So that's it. You were your family now. So you're getting. Sorry, yeah.
Sorry, I was saying, like, I've known Andy a very long time. We know how each other work musically.
It's good if you know each other as well, isn't it? All works, doesn't it? Gels together, doesn't it?
Yeah, so we just can't wait to get in a room and gel together, like I say. Yeah.
I know, if you could. Well, you will do now, won't you? I just went into your album, which I've got right here. Oh, can you see it?
Really? Oh, a signed copy as well. I don't even think James has got one of them.
Hey, you like it? Whoa, where have I gone? I don't. This backdrop's rubbish, isn't it? So
where'd you get them invisible CDs from?
Now you see it. Now you don't.
Well, that's magic.
I'm telling you. Quality. It's your first album that you released, isn't it?
Yeah. We did like an EP for a couple of EPs, but this is the first proper album.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it, me. So Nobody Loves You is one of my favourite ones. Hence the
you can tell that by the t-shirt, obviously.
And you've done some acoustic, haven't you, as well, of a couple of these songs off the album?
Yeah, well, we did that so it could like get released separately in America in a way. It was just a bit of a sneaky record deal type thing.
Right.
Yeah, but they're like bonus tracks on the American version of the album. But you can still hear them on YouTube and Spotify and Amazon and all that stuff. So, yeah,
that's good. I didn't know you had to do that, like release it separately like that.
Well, you don't have to. It's just suited us really to do it that way. You know,
it's different.
You know, we don't get much money now, do we, with gigs and stuff like that? So if any sort of come along, like with deals and stuff like that, you take them, don't you?
Jump at it, don't you? Yeah, don't blame you. Yeah. Definitely. So, is there any more? You got songs written already for the next album? How many?
Yes.
You got some? Because I suppose you've been in like loads of time on your hands. So, have you been writing?
Yeah, well, yeah, and me and Damon and Dan as well. We all have. We've got so many songs. It's unbelievable. We've got like about 4 albums ready to go.
Yeah,
we've been working out the tracks for the next one. We've got the guide tracks and that. I mean, again, James is probably a good person to ask about this. Really, you heard the guide tracks, didn't you? What did you think of them when you heard them?
I did. I listened to them all. Listened to them all in the order that they sent them over. And I wrote down all of my initial thoughts, you know, so I wasn't sort of blinded maybe, like a minute later or after I listened to them all. And I was impressed. It's like, Fantasmagoria. It's a mouthful.
It's an hard one to say.
It's an absolutely solid album. It's really, really good. Really enjoyed listening to it when it first came out. Still listen to it now. And, it's great, really, really heavy. But there's some really strong songs, even in like even in their test format, if you want the demo format. So looking forward to see how they sort of develop, because that's what it will initially be. It's just this like almost a blank canvas with a bit of a dot to dot if you want, and we'll fill in the gaps.
Great.
Very excited, very, very excited to hear how these all turn out.
Oh yeah, great.
I think it's going to be like 13 or 14 songs on the next album.
Oh, brilliant! That's good.
And all we've got at the minute is just literally my guide tracks. So once we get in the room together, we can get the bass on, get Dan's lead guitars down. I know Damon's been jamming on his electric kit and that to him.
I know.
It is going to be interesting, like James says, to just hear how they sound. But I think we've all got a really, really good feeling about how they're going to sound as well.
Yeah, cool. Oh, that's good. At least you got something there in the pipeline. You get it all together in the studio.
We're hoping to have that done by the summer,
Excellent. Yeah, I think it's going to be a load of bands, aren't they? Just going right. I've written loads of songs. Get them all out quick at once, aren't they? But Ace, but you're going to get some little local gigs booked in around where you are, Andy.
We've already got some local ones booked. What we're trying to do is look further afield, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And do some big festivals. There are things in the pipeline, but like I say, with everything as it is, things aren't committed or confirmed and all that type of thing.
Yeah.
We've had festivals in Wales cancelled in July.
When for July, really?
June, July, in Wales.
No.
But then we've booked other gigs in England, for July and August, and they seem to be going ahead.
They're all right, yeah. I think there's a couple of the big ones, like Reading and Leeds. I think they're going ahead, aren't they?
They're meant to be going ahead, as well.
And that's August, isn't it? I think so.
Yeah. So we're just gonna watch it. I think it's all the ones in July at the minute that have got a little bit of a question mark.
Yeah, it's a bit dodgy, that area, isn't it? I've got one booked for Rambling Man down south, and it's like, I don't know. It's one of them where it's mid-July. I don't know, not sure about it. So we're all a bit.
Yeah, we've heard similar, but it's just uncertainty in it with it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But let's hope. Anyway, like you say, you've got to keep positive and get out there again. So I'm all out of questions. Feels like an interview. Do you want to ask me anything? Are you all out of bed? What, James?
I said, what time you on?
Oh, yeah, 7 o'clock Friday. Thank you. Thanks for asking. So this Friday, 7 o'clock.
People will be listening now, won't they?
You better add. I'll get one of your tracks then if you want. Which track am I playing?
James could pick one.
Oh, go on. Oh, that's a test, isn't it? Do you know the album?
Yeah, let me see the things. Let's go with Dr. Smith.
Good choice.
Okay.
Dr. Smith.
Right.
I remember when Andy first wrote that, and I think you sent me in a WhatsApp message.
Did
you? What, all the lyrics?
I'm glad.
No, just like an audio.
Oh, the song for it.
Yeah,
Cool.
I think it was a demo. Yeah.
Run! They said to hide. Don't open your eyes. Don't wake the monster. I'm the quiet kind. I live in no surrender. Run for your life. Now you decide. Are you a contender? I will apologize. In my mind there's no
I'll sign the thing to it for you.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. You better
white
add.
marker.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Oh,
Right,
brilliant. All the best anyway. All the best, guys. I'll look out for you soon. Keep
Bye.
Keep
You
on
too.
rocking.
Bye.
See you later.